This thing just fell out of the sky from nowhere, and now I am convinced that there is such thing as fairies. Like, I'm just on a walk, and I'm on the road, and it just fell in the middle of the road with no trees.
We were just going to bed and we're not. Let me just show you. Like, we've literally had to put the bag up against the door because we're not sure.
Chase says that he packed up their things and took his wife out to the car, then came back inside alone to grab the rest of their belongings, leaving the bedroom door open behind him. In the second part of the video, we watch as they attempt to leave, but the door begins to rattle again. This time, it's even more intense, almost like something unseen is desperately trying to get them to stay.
Okay, so we're leaving. We got all of our stuff packed. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we're out here.
Also stroke. Going in the wind as an acting of the truth that it's naked. It's verbatim and it's shaking. Na 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 na. No more getting elated. No more listless invitation. I live by a hospital and every day I go out walking past its stately windows. I see people.
And I'm pretty sure I'm hearing noises, things in that back room. Hello? Please tell me you guys heard that. I'm home alone too. And I'm not trying to do this. I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go in here. Oh my. Bro. Why is that? Who's here? Hello? Nope. Pretty sure I'm seeing something go, like, in and out of that hallway back there. Oh my, what the fuck is that? No. Bro, I don't want to go back there. I do not want to go back there. There's nobody in this room, bro, and there's nobody under the bed. Dude, what was that? It was a freaking hand. Freaking hell, dude, I gotta get out of this apartment. I gotta get out of this apartment. I don't want to go in there. What the fuck are those doing over there, bro? Why is the stuffed animals over there?
Like right now, I'm just sitting here in my living room. We're about to move. We're getting the hell out of here. I'm playing some video games. And like people are saying, oh, how do you know which cabinet's gonna open? It's always the same cabinet. Watch. Okay. Oh, hold on. Watch this. This is gonna creep you out. There's nobody here. You guys, if you don't believe me, there's nobody in here. Seriously. Holy shit. You guys, seriously, you guys have asked for it.
¿Quién? ¿Quién anda ahí?
Mami, te grabo este video porque están tocando constantemente la puerta. Están pasando cosas que no son de aquí.
¿Quién? ¿Quién?
This virus is able to spread through electrical communications. Turn off all electrical appliances and wait for new alerts.
Vicky learns how to play The Sky is Blue from her daughter when this was captured.
You go, the sky is blue, move down and say, and I see you. And you want to look for a baby's face.
The sky is blue, and I see you.
That's not how you do it. You have to point up at the ceiling
That's what I did.
and slowly go down.
Why do I have to do it slowly?
Because that's how it goes.
The sky is blue.
The sky is blue, and I see you. 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 The sky is blue, and I see you.
Alright, so for those of you asking, this is what fell. That game? Absolutely not.
I literally hate you, bitch. How the fuck do you expect to make money, Julie, if you don't like to work? Julie, my door just fucking opened. What? No, stop. What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? Bitch, it's not even that late. Kevin's not home from work yet. What the? Oh my god. What the fucking? Oh. No. Oh! No. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What the? Julie, you're fucking lying. You're fucking lying. Oh! No. 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 What the?
It's back. It keeps peeking in here, help me. Oh my goodness gracious, what the hell? Ain't nobody in the other room. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got it.
Why the fuck would you guys do this shit to me? Bro, you can't have shit nice ass.
The fuck is that?
What? What? What is it? Dude.
Do that.
This is the Texas Toast from New York Bakery. Guys.
Fuck, I'm
So cold out here. Flagpole's shivering.
You're fucked. What? 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 What are you doing? Did you not hear that? No. Are you sure? Did you hear that? Cindy. So there's this. No way.
Oh shit. Fuck you. Fuck yeah. Nothing. Fuck you. Oh my god, I'm so. Oh my god, look, legit goosebumps. Oh my god. What the fuck is that?
One thing that you may not know about me is that I'm terrified of animals, but more specifically cats and dogs. I remember when I was like a teenager and I would ask my mom if I can go out. She'd be like, yeah, you can go out, but you have to cross the goat. So they would tie a fucking goat to the end of the driveway, and if I could make it past that goat, I can go out. What they didn't know was I was gonna make my friend get off and use her as a shield so that the goat wouldn't get me. Shout out to my friend Kari, because she would get down, go all the way to my door to get me, and then once we got to the goat, she never anticipated me throwing her towards the goat and running, but it would happen every time and she was fine with it. Anyway, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I heard a story about this Dalmatian dog that scared the fuck out of me. Also, why haven't we seen any Dalmatians lately, or am I the only one? So the guy telling this story says that he is not afraid to give you his full name, the exact location, and what happened, because he wants you to understand that he is not lying and that everything he's about to say is the 100% truth. His name is Suriel Espinosa. This happened in Citlaltepec, Tlaxcala. This happened in Citlaltepec, Tlaxcala. So for the past 2 years, he has been working as a security guard at a warehouse where they distribute canned food. He said that while he worked, he would always notice that there were street dogs there, so when they had like extra leftover food, they would always leave it outside for these dogs. So it became a routine for these like street dogs to come every night and he would feed them. But he says that something weird happened. These animals who would return night after night knowing that they were going to be fed, just all of a sudden stopped showing up. So that night they all ate, they had leftovers, they were going to go outside and give it to the dogs, and they saw no dogs out there. So he went about his way, did his work, and he could have sworn that he had heard that bull outside move. So he went out there to take a look and he didn't see any of the dogs. However, there was a new dog. It was a Dalmatian, and when he saw this dog, he was really worried because he explains that the dog looked very malnourished. You could see the bones, like it looked like it had been through hell and back. He started to feel really bad for this dog, and he would touch the dog, it wouldn't bite, it wouldn't like bark, it wouldn't didn't wag its tail, and he was like, you know what, I think I need to take it home. I need to take care of this dog, and that's exactly what he did. So at home, he already had a dog named Luna, and she was a husky. When Luna the husky saw this dog come into the house, she ran outside with her tail between her legs, very much scared. He mentions how there was one time where him and his wife were sitting on the couch with the Dalmatian in front of him, and they started to talk about how the shape of the dog, like the bones, were really weird because they didn't seem like bones of a dog. It was almost human-like. Red flag, bitch, what the fuck? It was kind of in passing, but they both thought that it was really weird. So he also started to notice that he was being awoken in the middle of the night by the sounds of the front door being pushed. Like not somebody turning the knob, but like someone actually trying to push that door open. Then all of a sudden that sound changed. Another night he woke up to the sound that he was terrified of because it sounded like somebody had successfully turned that knob and opened his front door. He thought to himself, no way, no one opened that door, it's my imagination, and he went back to sleep. The next morning when he woke up, he went to the living room and noticed that his front door was wide open. At this point, he's obviously scared, he's obviously worried, he's like, what is going on? And another night comes, he's laying in bed, and he gets awoken again by the sound of that front door opening, like the knob and pushing in. This time he's like, it's not my imagination, someone has come into my house, and he sits up in complete shock and says that he hears somebody talk in the living room, and that somebody says,
finally, I was able to enter.
So now he gets up, he's really worried because he's like, someone just came into the house, his wife is asleep still next to him, and that's when he remembers that he has a machete on the back of the bed, and he grabs it. So again, he grabs the machete and decides that he's gonna go very quietly to the living room and not even alert his wife because he doesn't want to make any sound. So he starts walking towards the living room, and he's like, whatever's there, I'm just gonna attack because I don't know who it is and why they continue to come to my house. Once he finally gets to the end of the hallway where there's a light switch that would light up the entire living room, he says that what he saw continues to terrorize him even now. There in that living room couch was the Dalmatian dog sitting down upright like a human. But what scared him the most was not seeing that dog sitting upright like a human, but when he saw the dog's eyes, it didn't look like the way that he had seen them before. He said that they fully looked like human eyes. He felt when his legs like almost gave out on him because of how scared he was, and in that moment when the Dalmatian finally looked at him, he says that the Dalmatian smiled, like an eerily scary ass smile. Seconds after that smile, he heard the loudest scream coming from behind him, and it was his wife, and that scared him even more. Like he said that he almost had a heart attack because again, he had left her asleep in the room, so I guess what he was seeing, his wife also saw from behind him, and he had no idea, and she just screamed really loud. He says that his wife not just screamed, but she ran to the phone and called the police. And when the Dalmatian turned to look at his wife, noticing that she picked up the phone to call the police, it started growling at her, and he knew in that moment that the Dalmatian was going to attack his wife. The second he noticed that the dog was about to leap towards his wife, he ran in front and grabbed that Dalmatian. At that point, they had bought a collar for the dog, and he grabbed that Dalmatian by the collar, but he says that this thing was really strong. He also noticed that when his skin touched that Dalmatian's skin also, it was like burning hot, like the Dalmatian was really hot. He said that the dog managed to throw him against the couch, and then it went on his four legs and just casually walked outside. So by this point, the cops finally made it to his house. He was too embarrassed to tell them that the dog did this, so he lied and said that there was an intruder in the house. The police start checking everywhere and they don't find anyone. However, one of the police officers got really close to him and said, hey, can I ask you something? But I just want to make sure this stays between us because I don't want to get in trouble. And of course he was like, yeah, sure, what is it? He's like, is the Dalmatian dog that's in the front yours? And he was like, yes, that's my dog. The police again was like, please don't tell anybody this because if you report that I said this, I may lose my job, but I swear on anything that when I got here and passed by your dog, I could have sworn that I heard it laughing. The police was like, please be very careful with that dog. After the cops left, obviously that night he could not go to sleep. He obviously locked every door, locked every window, but still couldn't manage to go to sleep, and honestly same, because how the fuck would I go to sleep after that? When morning came, he went outside, looked at the dog, and the dog was just there like normal, like nothing had happened. The eyes didn't even look like human eyes anymore. It looked like it was the dog again. He literally goes straight to his sister's house. He goes and tells her everything that happened, thinking that she he wasn't going to believe him because the story is outrageous. He was surprised that his sister took him seriously and told him, you need to be very careful. That is not a dog. He stayed very confused, thinking I was expecting her to be like, it's nothing, it's not a big deal, go home. But no, before going to work that day, he went home, he grabbed the dog, leashed it up. He said that he chained it around a tree that they had in the backyard. He mentions that Luna's little dog house was also next to the tree, so that's where he put the dog. So the following day, he goes outside because he's still feeding this dog, even though he's scared. And he said that he gets the bowl, puts the food in there, places it in front of the house, and at this point, the Dalmatian was inside the house. He hadn't seen it like walk around or anything. He does say that he kind of goes down there just to make sure the Dalmatian is in there, and when he does that, he hears like when the Dalmatian makes the kind of noise psst, psst, to him. In that moment, the dog started walking out of that doghouse, looks up at him, and he notices those human eyes again. He says that when the dog looked up at him, the dog talked to him and said,
Hey, why don't you let me into your house? Don't you want to play with me?
If you see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide.
He's not catching ball with you? You need someone to play ball?
Okay, so I just found this bug in my rug and I killed it, and it came from right here. So I grabbed some gloves and I just want to rake my hands through it because, oh my gosh, if there's any more in here, I'm gonna lose my mind. So I'm just gonna do this real quick. Here we go.
Nunca he sentido que me parezco a Dua Lipa, pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos a Dua Lipa. Y es que muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la Dua Lipa del 2018 más o menos, que tiene como el cabello cortito. Y me puse a ver fotos y nada que ver. O sea, ella se ve increíble, tenía el cabello súper bonito y yo parezco... No sé, o sea, ¿qué opinan ustedes?
Hello? What the fuck? What the fuck?
already called 911.
Tom! Tom!
Dad?
Tom!
Dad!
Tom!
Dad?
I can see you.
Dad! Dad!
I will always see you.
We need to get out right now! Dad, there's somebody in the house!
Nobody but me and you.
What are you doing?
She hears it creak and turns around quickly, but surprisingly, she doesn't seem too alarmed. In fact, she barely reacts, simply moving on to enter the room like nothing happened. That calm reaction actually makes the situation feel even weirder somehow. In the second and third videos, her landlord comes by to help investigate. Together, they open the attic and take a look inside. They don't find anyone up there at the time, but something about the scene feels off. For one, there are several small holes in the attic boards, holes that the woman claims definitely weren't there before. But more disturbingly, in the final moments of the last video, you can clearly see a blanket and a pillow tucked away in the attic space, as if someone had been sleeping up there. That changes the tone of everything. While paranormal activity is one theory, this might point to something even scarier, the possibility that someone was secretly living in the attic.
So there's this.
No way.
Amy. 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 Amy.
Salta, pequeño. Vamos. Vamos para allá. Te gusta caminar arriba de los troncos, ¿verdad? Bueno.
Lorelei, come here. Lorelei, who are you playing with? What are you doing?
I wear women's underwear and then I go to strike a pose in my full length mirror. I cross my legs just like a queen, but my can also stroke. Going in the wind as an empty of the truth that it's naked. It's verbatim and it's shaking. Na 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 na. No more getting elated. No more listless invitations. I live by a hospital, and every day I go out walking past the sickly windows. I see people dying there, but my tender age makes it hard to care. The incinerator and the fake smokestack, it's a phallic symbol and it makes me laugh. All I need is a heart attack. Come on, humble my bones with a cardiac. Going in the wind is an empty of the truth and it's naked. It's verbatim and it's shaking. Na 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 na.
Horror movies that people watch once and then never again. Obviously not everybody, but these are ones I hear a lot of people say this is a one and done. Let's just get this one out of the fucking way. There's an edgelord raging right now. If you haven't seen a Trause, maybe keep it that way because this one is a lot. There are several scenes in Trauma that you will never be able to unsee, especially that first 5 minutes. Irreversible has one of the most uncomfortable SA scenes that I have ever seen. If you never want to watch this film, that is completely valid. A lot of people said Martyrs was a one and done for them, but I've seen this movie several times. Hear about Inside a lot. This is one of my personal favorite home invasion films though. Cannibal Holocaust is famous for a lot of things, but the real animal death is at the tip top, and for a lot of people, that's too much. A lot of parents told me that they will never watch The Coffee Table ever again. Megan is Missing is only talked about for the last 15 to 20 minutes of the movie, but that 15 to 20 minutes has traumatized a lot of people. A lot of the same conversations about Megan is Missing, the Poughkeepsie tapes gets brought up a lot. I guess it just feels too real for a lot of people. The Human Centipede 2, listen, I get it, but this is the best one of the trilogy. I get told all the time that Eden Lake is a one and done. I've seen this one like 15 times. There is a scene in The Nightingale that I wish I could unsee. And this one just pisses me off. Y'all need to accept that Tusk is just a masterpiece.
Step out of the car! Ma'am, move over here. Hands up, please.
Why are you doing this?
Let me ask you this. What did you do to that girl?
Police, anyone here?
If anyone's up there, come down with your hands up now!
I think there's blood on this wall. Yeah, this looks like dried blood.
These cops just found the bloodstains of a missing girl. Samantha Guthrie left her mother's house the previous day, never to be seen again, and her blood was just discovered on the walls of this abandoned house. But the police are about to realize that this is a couple's murder house, and the killers have already fled across town, hunting for their next victim.
Why don't you explain what's going on?
Just really chase this. What's wrong?
With no idea who the next victim of the killer couple could be, and with time running out, detectives find themselves entangled in a web of multiple suspects, all tied to the abandoned murder house.
You're looking at some serious problems.
I got nothing to say to y'all. Got my attorney present. Nobody else sitting here. I got nothing to say.
Help us. This is serious. She deserves to be killed like this.
Everything started in November 2018, when a mother called police worried that her daughter had vanished without a trace. It had already been more than a day since anyone had seen 18-year-old Samantha Guthrie, and the cops arrived quickly to take her mother, Joni's, statement.
Hello. What's going on?
filed a missing person report.
Okay, for?
My daughter.
Okay. How old's your daughter?
She's 18.
Okay, so what makes her missing?
We can't find her. We got a call yesterday saying she was shot in the head, thrown in the trunk of a car, and they took off. The police were called yesterday. They went over to the house that it supposedly happened at. They checked. They said they didn't see anything.
Right. Okay. And where was this supposed to be at?
On Lillian.
Lillian. Where's Lillian at? I've never heard of it.
Little did this cop know, he'd become extremely familiar with Lillian Street, as it would become the site of hours and hours of investigation and one of the most disturbing crimes to come out of this city in years. But for now, it sounds as though Samantha was murdered, or at the very least kidnapped. But nobody can be sure. All this information came over a mysterious phone call from someone they didn't even know.
What's the address again?
375 Lillian.
Why would she be over there?
Because she's started getting into bad stuff.
Okay.
Turned 18, she left.
When was that? So that's the house right there?
I don't know what the house looks like.
Okay.
I didn't go there.
It turns out the house that Joni is talking about was due to be boarded up in just a few days. It's in a rough area of town and has been abandoned for months. And as Joni said, Samantha had been struggling heavily. She left home as soon as she turned 18 and instantly fell in with a bad crowd. She was often seen frequenting abandoned houses known to be used by drug abusers and criminals, and she was slowly getting more distant from her family.
Yeah, the Lillian address is vacant.
I know.
And the officers had it boarded up. So, we didn't see no blood, no nothing. And to be honest with you, I think somebody's playing a prank on you.
After this, Joni would give over a description of Samantha, including a distinctive butterfly tattoo on her right arm, before telling the cop one more crucial piece of information.
The name of the person she was last with, the supposed person that shot her.
Okay, sure.
Danny Hamby.
Who? Danny Hamby?
This wasn't a familiar name to police, and the officer still wouldn't seem to be too worried by the situation, but that would soon come to change. Because the very same evening, after publishing a missing persons report of Samantha, a lone man would come to police claiming he knew exactly what happened to her, and would lead police to launch a months-long investigation into multiple people, all connected to the abandoned murder house. But before we get to that, I want to tell you about Surfshark, the sponsor of today's video. Surfshark can help you save money, secure your browsing, and even unlock way more TV shows and movies than you currently have access to. Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. If you have Netflix, Prime Video, or pretty much any other streaming platform, they limit what content you can actually view. For example, in the US, you can't watch Friends, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or Pulp Fiction on Netflix. But if you use Surfshark, you can watch all three of them on Netflix. And that's not all. Surfshark also keeps your internet browsing safe and secure. Did you know that whoever provides you with your Wi-Fi can potentially see every website you visit? With Surfshark's VPN, all of this is hidden. Plus, many websites track your activity and will increase prices on products you frequently view or purchase. By using a VPN like Surfshark, you can avoid being tracked by any website and literally save money. And the best part? They're running a huge Black Friday sale where you can get 4 extra months of Surfshark at an unbeatable price. All you need to do is head to surfshark.com/insanity or click the link in the description. Grab your Surfshark for less than a cup of coffee a month and you'll get 4 extra months for free. With that said, let's get back to the case. Back in Akron, police had just published a detailed description of Samantha, and the morning after, a very worried man would contact and claim to have details that could either save her life or lead them to her body.
All right, today is Tuesday, and we're here with, what's your first name?
John Marshall.
All right, so we're here to talk about something that happened over on Lillian Street back in November 4th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, why don't you tell me about what happened that night?
John Marshall was the first of many witnesses in this case, and he got in contact with the cops after hearing that they were looking for Samantha. Apparently, he was actually at the house on the night everything happened, and saw it all with his own 2 eyes. The problem is, it almost sounds too good to be true. The cops don't know Marshall and can't necessarily trust him to give a truthful statement, meaning they'll have to verify all evidence he gives over. So as Marshall talks to the cops, we'll be keeping track of each piece of information, and then following how the cops investigate and verify it all in order to hopefully solve the case and find Samantha.
Sam had been trying to get a ride over to the house for a few